Welcome back. Yes, the accounting students that are very, very dear to us, because we want you to understand your accounting. We want you to love your subject. We want you to show passion for accounting. And when will that happen? When you start enjoying the subject. And I'm sure by joining us on Matrix Uploaded, we're going to create that passion within you. Okay, remember we were busy with the periodic system. So what are the advantages of a periodic system? One, it is less administrative activity, therefore less expenses. Yes, you can clearly see that the transactions are limited in terms of their numbers, so therefore less expensive. It may be suitable for businesses that sell a large variety of small items. Think about it. If you think of your school tuck shop, if they are not techno in terms of having computer-based cashiers, then certainly the ideal system to run for your school tuck shop would be the periodic inventory system. Remember, you only take a physical stock take, and this stock take will always give you an accurate value of your physical stock take. And this is only done periodically at the end of your financial year. And what else can happen? Old or damaged or spoiled stock can be detected during your physical stock count. So therefore, you can update your stock based on what you are seeing when you do your physical stock take. But like you have advantages, you also have disadvantages. What are these? Your information on stock is not always readily available. Why? Because you're not keeping a running record. Simple, guys. You cannot determine your cost of sales immediately. You have to do some things in order to determine your cost of sales. It becomes difficult to detect errors in recording of stock because you're not keeping a record. Therefore, it becomes difficult. In a similar way, it becomes difficult to detect theft of stock. And your stock levels cannot be monitored easily, only by means of a physical stock take. Now, let's look at this purchases account. Number one, your total. What is that? That's your total brought forward of purchases thus far. Number two, your bank. What is that? That's your cash purchases of stock if you are buying more stock. The next one is this one here, creditors control. Certainly that is when we are buying stock on credit. So in other words, what are we saying? We are saying that if you look at your purchases account, there's all your goods that came into your business. Right? So now, how will stock leave your business? In this way here. Number one, donations of stock. Here you can see it. Let's do this account here so you can see what we're talking about. It'll be easier if we look at the account. There. Every time you donate goods, it's reducing your purchases, therefore on the credit side of your purchases account. Remember, we alluded to this early on, but now we're showing you the actual entry in your purchases account. If there is drawings, it means goods taken for personal use. And what was the acronym? I'm sure you remember. POP. Personal, owner, private. There's it. Understand what it's doing. Here's your purchases on the debit side. These are all the goods that you have been buying. This is how your goods are leaving. What's reducing your purchases? When the owner takes goods for personal use, definitely your purchases account is decreasing. This is a very, very important one. The creditors' allowances. Remember, all goods that were returned were recorded in a creditor's allowances account. And I'm going to show you that account. You debited your creditor's control because it was your liability decreasing in value, and you credited your creditor's allowances. There's a credit entry. So what happens to creditor's allowances now? It gets closed off to your purchaser's account. Please, you have to do that. And think of your debtor's allowances in your sales account that you transferred. In the same way, you're going to transfer creditor's allowances to your purchases. And then what happens? Your purchaser's account, being a nominal account, closes off to your final account, namely your trading account. So there you can see that this is the composition of your purchaser's account. Okay guys, I'm sure you know now how to handle a purchaser's account. Remember, we alluded here to a trading account. So now, if you want to know more about the trading account, take a short break, but make sure when you come back, we want your mind, your body, and your soul to concentrate on what we are doing. Stay with us.